For now, that means Xiaoya's going to be in a little bit of danger under his own tower here.
All right, YCX is being zoned away by Tarzan and Kyle. But all the while this is going on, Hung is getting grubs for free. So AL need to make this play happen. Hound's Pursuit immediately goes down. Cleanse on the Chains of Corruption. Xiaoya's just juking around Tarzan, but the first blood comes through from Kyle. And with the untargetable, Tarzan drops the aggro. And it's time to do the same song and dance once again. Hound's Pursuit forward. This time, Hope picks up the kill.
Anyone's legend that I was missing, the one that would make a proactive counterplay across the map. Hung making his way in, though. This could be contested.
Ooh, I spot Xiaoya up here on the top side here. So LGD, they're trying to overload to punish Flandra. Oh, great pillar there from Hung. No unstoppable onslaught to get him out. The force shot finds its mark from Xiaoya, who roamed all the way up top side and cashes in.
That is a very, very nice pick. I just talked about how LGD had to be, a little bit active on the map. They had to get some gold back, and they do get that gold back, specifically getting it onto Jhin. I think is really important. People talk about Jin's inability to kill tanks. Well, you've got a Trundle to siphon those stats away from Sion in this game. Jhin is going to be effective in this team fight. That turret is gone. It's just completely gone.
Tongwon does not have egg. He already had it popped by Shanks. A pretty close range flash. Shanks drops the aggro. Tarzan picks up the kill. YCX Dredge Line actually clips Shanks, and he's able to find that trade kill, and there's no further difference in the AD carry department. And, well, the way Mr. Xiaoya is building, it's not like he's going to scale and catch up too much further with that Youmu's, but here we go with Kyle. Realm Warp down behind after the Tempered Fate grabs 2, and YCX didn't have a chance in the world to survive Tarzan's wrath. Pass it back up, and Hung has been bopping the Dragon on his own here with the rest of his squad. TP coming here down from Flandra as YCX's Dredge Line will connect onto Kyle. Magical Journey's back out to safety. Dragon down about 3Ks. The curtain call comes out here from Xiaoya. Tarzan already into the pit, getting assaulted as he flashes over the wall. They find Tongwon, who with the egg form will finally drop. LGD pick up the Dragon, but at the cost of their mid laner, and now they got to hightail it out, try and get away from Kyle with the Tempered Fate. Forces a flash. No one found, but the flash is galore forward. Decimating Smash won't be found because YCX trades his key summoner out as well. They get more standing gold. Their first turret dropped on the map.
AL coming from Anivia to trap some of these less mobile carries. Really interested to see if LGD can take advantage of this, exactly like this.
All right, Tongwon, another great trade there into Shanks. Tarzan was looking for the dive and said he's found Hung, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there's 4 members of AL all over Hung's jungle. He flashes, but the Hound's Pursuit follows. Great follow flash from Tarzan. He doesn't get hit by the Dredge Line. The wall does not force Tarzan back into turret aggro, so he gets himself out of dodge. Another great overload. This time AL grab another kill and push their gold lead even further. Unless Birdall has something to say about it. Been pretty quiet in this game so far. He's itching to make a play. Unstoppable onslaught could have clipped the wall there from Flandra, so Birdall is able to walk things out. But still, another Infernal Soul on the map. And oh boy, that's a Battle Herald summoned here. Tempered Fate again. Xiaoya's flash has to be used. Jhin Corruption clips onto YCX. Equalizer onto the back line. Does very little damage. Shanks has to walk back up towards the team as YCX regains with the Death Line. Tarzan gets the Infernal Dragons. Is absolute pandemonium as Flandra is the first one to drop here. LGD once again trying to kick it out of the Drake Pit with the 1 kill they're able to grab. But there's a Rift Herald in the mid lane. AL grab themselves the Dragon, and they are not looking to slow down the pace here. Great wall from Tongwon, though. Makes the Rift Herald very irrelevant. And mid-tier
obviously from Soul, but more importantly, it's going to be an Infernal Soul this game for Nefiri, playing into a comp that really has Nautilus as its... Oh, God, Birdall is just gone. Disregard anything I said about Tarzan not having a 2K gold.
Down when the pillar lands there from Hope, still protected. Also has the Edge of Night Shield, which is very pesky, as the Dredge Line will land here onto Flandra. Exact target that AL want to get hit, but with that Subjugate shredding stats, Flandra is a mincemeat. There's the pick found there for LGD's. YCX is going to re-engage with a audacious Dredge Line. Hope puts a piercing arrow into his heart and finds that trade kill, as mid lane is the center stage for our next round. It'll just be a ability to open this map up more. Finally, now with Tongwon on a reset, they will knock down that mid-tier 1 turret. They've been wanting to do that for about the last 10 minutes. Oh, that's a great wall from Tongwon. Shanks on the wrong side. Pillar knocks him back towards LGD, and the LGD mid laner picks up a key shutdown. Birdall is TP'd in. The first signs of mortality here from Anyone's Legend as they're on the back foot.
Yeah, we'll see how much they can get off of that. That is a very, very big pick. Ryze is dead for 30 seconds. They're going to try to get this mid lane tower.
Equalizer down. Pushes AL even further away, and thanks to those grubbies, no aggro onto the champions of LGD. And they'll get the kill and a trade of that tier 1 turret. And they're really eyeing this Baron, but let's not get too ahead of ourselves here.
But it just takes the gold lead from 3K down to 1.5K. You're still setting up around these objectives, and as we get closer and closer to Soul Point here for AL.
Oh, Birdall. It's just rinse and repeat.
Oh,
Oh my god, Tarzan, that disgusting amount of damage at this point. Yep, Tarzan is making a point that this Rumble, really just both of these solo lanes are really starting to lose a grip on the leads that they have. Yes, Birdall is still above 1,000, but that's what you expect in the Scion. We're on to the Baron here for Mr. Tarzan and company. LGD can't get in. Tempered Fate's going to clip YCX. Hope going to commit the Chains of Corruption. The lockdown comes across YCX. It's using the Chaos and his Flash just to get away from the AL engage. LGD, though, they do get the Pandas off of that Baron, but I have a feeling AL are just going to mosey their way on down to a Soul Point date with an Infernal Drake. As another good wall comes across from Tongguan, there's Kyle that has to use his Flash. It's not necessarily too easy for AL to cross over to this Dragon, but nonetheless, they are here, and Tarzan is burning through it. Here's the curtain call down from Xiaoya to do some poke damage. Another hook's going to come down onto Flandra as Hung gets in and takes away the Dragon. Flandra eats the force shot. He's a blinking health bar, but here comes Tarzan. How's Pursuit call the pack? He's dashing on everybody. Xiaoya's the next victim. The king of the jungle has returned for anyone's legend, and LGD will not survive. Tongguan will find a trade kill onto Flandra, but he drops into the egg form that's getting turned into an AL omelet. Ace down home for AL, and it's their king jungle.
The plays aren't even over. Kyle gonna whiff an ultimate. Who cares? We're setting up for Baron now.
And they are not letting LGD in. Another Mikhail's in response to Chains of Corruption. This time Hung, but Hope's caught on the wrong side of a wall. He's got a flash before the Dredge Light comes down, but the Root Prison does find YCX. And a key engage tool is down, and Hound's Pursuit's coming through again from Tarzan. Birdall's worst nightmare, once again, is the pack of Tarzan's dogs. 2 kills to AL, and now
they are playing cocky, and they are dominating the map right now as they've exploded their gold lead up to.
They'll drop a top lane tier 2 turret to further increase their gold bounty.
I mean, this is just. That's exactly it. When I talk about it being kind of hard to stop this push, it's because AL basically get to choose exactly where they want to be. They had so many good lane states across the entire map that they can push mid, they can push top, they can push bot. They're going to be able to get all of these turrets the moment
and
you
now
live.
they can flank the setup that LGD have. Dragon is dark. It is going down slowly here as Flandra will try and walk in with his BD health bar. Tempered Fake and land on the 2 as Chains of Corruption also comes through here from Hope. But looking at Tarzan on the background, Birdall's already into the stasis here. Flandra's going to be the first one to drop as Hung does get himself out. But LGD have now abandoned the Dragon, and Birdall is still left on an island with a rabid dog known as Tarzan. Shakes finds that first kill, and now LGD are cornered in the wrong side of the jungle. Tarzan going to go after Hung. Here is Tongguan will find Kyle. Flashes galore come out as Shakes looks to find Xiaoya, cleanses the Rune Prism, but his health bar is far too low, and Tarzan has found him. Tarzan has found all of LGD, knocking down kill after kill. Tongguan's gonna find one stun, but Tarzan smells blood in the water, and he's got himself another huge team fight win.
Broken open for AL. The gold lead is near insurmountable.
Into this river, it was YCX at first. Is able to absorb the Chains of Corruption. Shank's trying to flank alongside the bot part of this mid lane. Tarzan is forced to go into that untargetable as Kyle flashes forward to try to find these slows. Piercing arrows coming down, flash, unstoppable onslaught, and S-Make smash from Flandra. He wants in on the playmaking game, and he's going to open up all of LGD to the buzzsaw that is anyone's legend. No Baron needed. There's the final fight. Game 1 now in the hands of anyone's legend.
AL putting the bow on top of a crescent to themselves in game number 1 as they push down the base. A dominant game 1 win, up 11,000 gold. Birdall's not even safe
Birdall.
around his own fountain. This is everything we could possibly want out of AL. A dominant game 1 victory.
26 kills for anyone's legend. Tarzan a part of 24 of them. One of the greatest single game jungle performances of our playoffs.